Try these trousers on, Jude. If they're too big, you'll have to adjust them.
Listen, is there anything in the rule books that say I have to undress in front of a man?
Oh, don't worry, Jude. He's an officer. He doesn't look at us in that way.
Yeah, well, that's funny, because he doesn't turn me on either.
How did the cigarettes appear in the laundry?
Oh, those. I had to think for a minute. What makes you think I know anything about it?
Lizzie, you are being very foolish if you get mixed up in anything with your trial so close.
Oh, come off it, Mrs. Davison. You don't reckon I pinched them, do you?
Then how did they get there?
I don't know. They must have belonged to somebody. You said you checked out the storeroom, didn't you?
Yes, and I found nothing missing.
Well, that's all right, then. Still, it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
Not quite. There's something going on, and I have no intention of letting it rest there. Very well, Lizzie. You may go. And Lizzie, don't get into any trouble before your trial.
Of course not. I'll be as good as gold.
Sister, is it all right for Smith to have another visitor?
Certainly. Might lift his spirits a bit. You two look like you could use a cup of coffee. Why don't you join me while Smith has a visitor?
Oh, that'd be lovely, but we've got to stay with Edwards.
I really think it would benefit Smith to have an unsupervised visit. She's very down.
All right, you can go in, Edwards.
G'day.
Oh, hi. Are you and your pet?
No, the Screws are out there having a cup of coffee. Well, what do you think?
Oh, it's an improvement. But then anything would be.
I picked up yours. I'll make it the same size as your old one. It'll be ready for you by the time you get out of here.
Thanks. How are you going at running things?
Oh, not too bad. I've got a little something worked out to help us earn some extra money. We get extra laundry delivered with our usual load. No one's the wiser. And we get to keep the money we earn.
Sounds good. Who's your outside contact?
John Fitzwater. He paid me a little visit to ask me to recruit some talent for the parlours, and we worked out the deal.
Hang on. He's McNally's man.
Yeah. Look, I didn't have much choice. They got contacts in Pentridge where my old man is.
And he gets hurt if you don't cooperate.
But don't worry, it's all under control. Besides, who could I recruit for work like that? Lizzie Birdsworth?
God, I wish I was out of here.
G'day, Dor. How'd you get on to the hospital?
Well, they said I was real healthy.
Terrific. When's the operation gonna be?
I don't know. Pretty soon, I suppose. Too bloody soon.
Oh, come on, Dor. You should be feeling on top of the world.
Just feeling a bit crook, that's all.
Oh, God, Dor. If you're sick, they'll probably have to put it off until you're feeling better.
Well, they could find somebody else.
Well, that's not so easy. Practically everybody's been tested and they found that you're the only one they could use. They'll have to put it off until you're okay.
I suppose so.
Oh, you're all right. If there'd been anything wrong, they'd have found out when they did that checkup. Do you know, Dor, they didn't even give me a test?
Yeah, well, that's because you're too old, aren't you?
It's got nothing to do with that. It's me ticker. They didn't think it'd stand up under the knife. You know, the shock and all. You gotta be in real good nick.
Yeah, well, they said that I'm as strong as a horse. There's just too much of me, that's all.
That's good. I mean, if you're strong, you got a better chance if there are any complications.
What do you mean, complications?
Well, things go wrong all the time when there are operations. Of course, they always hush it up.
Yeah, but Dr. Kennedy said this was a very simple operation.
Well, there you are, then. If he says it's all right, it's all right. I mean, he'd know, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
If it's that easy, it'll just be simple. What do? They just open you up, slice out the kidney, and Bob's your uncle.
Don't you have to get back to work?
No, I can take it easy. I'm only on remand. Still, I suppose I should go and do something. Are you coming with me?
No. I think I'll stay here for a little while on my own.
All right.
See you later.
Good, Dor. We're all so proud of you.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, another day, another dollar. I'll leave you to look after the shop.
Oh, wish I felt as happy as you look. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Just, happy to be signing up, that's all.
Oh, really?
Well, Jim's coming round for dinner tonight.
Uh-huh, now that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, well, it is the first time we've been alone together since he got back.
Well, have a good time. Oh, and leave some of your good spirits behind, will you? I could do with some.
I realize that since Smith's illness, you have taken over as leader of the women. I have called you here because I want to ask for some help.
You want help from me?
I found with Smith, she was not against using her influence if it concerned the well-being of the women. I'm hoping you will be as reasonable.
Depends on what you want.
I am aware of the ill feeling caused among the women due to the new regulations.
Yes, and I happen to agree with them.
Causing trouble will not alter the situation. The regulations are in force, and there is nothing I can do about it.
I'm afraid I don't see what you're getting at.
I want you to talk to them. Get them to accept the new changes without causing any trouble.
You want the women to accept an unacceptable situation, is that it?
That is not how it is at all.
Look, Mrs. Davidson, I'm not planning to cause any trouble, but just for the record, I think we're getting a raw deal. If there is any trouble, the responsibility will be yours. Can I go now?
I take it you refuse.
Take it where you like, but leave me out of it.
Very well. The officer will escort you back.
Remember one thing. Human beings want to be treated like human beings, in here or outside. Whenever that doesn't happen, there'll be trouble. Nothing I say would stop it anyway.
Hey, could I talk to you for a minute? I've been looking for you everywhere.
Yes. How did you check out at the hospital?
Okay, I guess. They said everything's ready to go ahead.
Well, that is good news.
Well, actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, I know you told me all that before, but...
You're nervous. Well, it's perfectly natural.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
Look, it's not that complicated an operation. Not if Dr. Kennedy does it.
Yeah, but it's not like having your tooth out, is it?
Of course not. But there's no high risk factor.
But why don't you give it to me straight? Do people ever die from this operation?
Very rarely.
But it does happen.
Oh, Doreen, people can die during any operation. But in straightforward things such as this, well, if the person's in a healthy condition, it hardly ever happens. Now stop worrying. You'll be fine. What are you doing?
Pal's letter. She's getting really nervous about it. Sudden body search wouldn't surprise me.
You really play it safe, don't you?
Just using my head. They've searched all the other cells. We're the only place left they can look.
I suppose so. I must admit, I wouldn't think of looking in there.
Well, you've got to know who and what you can use. That's the name of the game.
Do you always come out on top?
Would I be inside if I did? The odds are pretty good, though. Oh, I'm tired.
Suppose it'll be even worse tomorrow.
Back to that lovely laundry. I hear the new laundry scheme's working quite well.
It is. See, that's what I mean. I may have to work for McNally's mob, but if I can get a little something out of it on the side, so what?
How can you work for McNally's lot in here?
Recruiting for his massage parlours. I didn't have much choice. My husband's in Pentridge, and I can get at him. It was a question of agreeing or agreeing if I ever wanted to see him in one piece again.
Isn't it a bit dicey trying to put one over on McNally's lot?
You could say that, yes. Boy, if only old Gracie knew.
Gracie?
Detective Inspector Grace. If he knew what I know about McNally, his brain would blow up.
You wouldn't tell him.
Don't be stupid. I like living. No. The name of the game is outmanoeuvring. And if I do say so myself, I'm pretty good at it.
Sounds like a game worth playing.
Well, I'm sure you'll be pleased to learn that everything's moving along quickly. Now that you've got a clean bill of health, we've scheduled the operation for tomorrow.
I can't.
So if you'll just sign this permission form for the operation.